In the early services department, we have quite a few educational programs for both children and families. So we have an Aboriginal infant and family development program, and then our Head Start preschool. So our Head Start preschool is the one program here within the entire Friendship Center that's our only Aboriginal specific program. So we in our department we look at programming as family centered because a child alone can't really move anywhere. So we need to look at the whole family. So we practice family centered practice here. Aboriginal Infant and Family Development Program focuses on children 0 to 5 and alongside with their families and siblings too, if siblings are involved. And our Head Start program is for 3 and 4-year-olds. All our programs include elders. So elders are the root of learning. So in all our programs, we try and involve elders as much as possible. So in our Aboriginal Infant and Family Development Program, definitely a lot of the programming is around building up families. So we're looking at learning about attachment, learning about their culture, a lot of land-based. One of the main things during the summertime is we have a community garden. So the parents are going there learning how to plant, learning how to take care of Mother Earth, and really then harvesting and learning about taking care of all that. And they're learning alongside their children. We're also learning different arts and things like that. And in our Head Start programs, there's definitely 6 components of learning. So we have family, we have culture, we have language, we have health and nutrition, we have learning about community and learning about elders. So the children are learning in an environment alongside a cultural teacher. So at each of our Head Starts, we have a cultural teacher who's there to lead them through those learning and teachings. We have 2 Head Starts. So our one Head Start is a carrier site. So we have a teacher who's there who is fluent in the carrier language. And then at our second site is a Cree program. So the cultural teacher is fluent in Cree. So the children have 2 circle times, one in English and the other one totally in the cultural language. So the children are hearing it all day long. We're really looking at how to bring culture into everything that we do and in a respectful, safe way. So everyone here is welcome. The Friendship Center is that open door. And we're really trying to make sure that we're looking at everything through the lens of trauma-based. So making sure that the work we're doing here is healthy work and good work for families and building them up. It's just amazing here, the work that happens within a building. Our executive director always says we're the best kept secret in Prince George, and the amount of programming here and the support that staff and families get here is just amazing. I think in our program we measure success by seeing families proud of their children, seeing them come to events that are happening here, seeing them tell their friends and bringing more people here, and just seeing strong little people from our programming moving on to kindergarten. So I tease my neighbor Gwen, who's the youth services, that I'm going to put her out of her job one day because we'll have such strong little people that there won't be those needs for all the youth support that we have right now. I think that in my vision of Indigenous education is really getting back to the root of learning and bringing those children to a place where they can learn and hear their language and grow up feeling safe and secure and proud of their culture. We're really looking at the new phrase of decolonizing education. So how can we make sure that's happening for our children? We've worked with the school district to create a tool for children transitioning from our Head Start program into the mainstream, and gathering information for those children and their families to gift the kindergarten teacher. So really looking at opening those doors and how do we model decolonizing? How do we get back to that, learning from the land, learning from elders, and children learning in their own way? That we can decolonize education, that we can look at children learning in a different way. Do children really need to sit in a desk all day? Can they not hear their language? Can there not be choices in the school so children are learning in a way that works best for them, hearing their language. We have one choice school here in Prince George, but wouldn't it be great? It's only a K-7. Wouldn't it be great if those children could learn in their culture, in their way, all the way through their school? So, I mean, someday it would be beautiful to see that ability, and to have it in a way that each child learns the best. So, not necessarily sitting at a desk writing a test, but is there other ways for children to learn? And how do we understand how each child learns individually, and how can we honor that and teach them and guide them in that way? I'd love to see elders in the classroom too. We can learn so much from them, whether it's just, a quiet sense of calmness that they bring to the room, or their rich history in that. And it worries me with some of our cultures that, for example, at Lately, there's only about 5 language keepers left. And what happens when they're not there anymore? How do we make sure we're capturing that learning so that it can continue and grow, and children can be proud of that culture? Better ways to capture language for our children, better ways to um, keep elders in the classroom and honor them. And I think just more time to spend time with the land, more time to spend time with culture, and um, just to bring it up to a higher understanding so that community, government all understand the importance of this learning, and come on board with us that this is important and this is something. Now's the time. We need to move on this, and we need to start it at zero. A lot of times they think education starts when they enter school, but it doesn't. It starts when they're really tiny. And if we can look at that and honor that learning more, I think that would be a great thing. I'm excited to see, people researching that, and it's becoming more and more prevalent that we're beginning to look at what's happening in Indigenous programming and honoring that. I'm excited for the future, and hopeful that, we'll get to a point where our children all have a choice, and that families have choices and can feel proud of their culture.